Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Skirts by him at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Red, cycle. Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Herbert. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Second down, here's Chubb again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run it again with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense, because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. And they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Black Ultra. Ready.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up the truck. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Donald Parham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll send the slot in motion left. The slot man in motion right. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 21-0 our score after 1. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Room here to run. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tony Pollard with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They go up the middle with Chubb.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They snap it to Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you haven't been taught.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Third and long, it's Herbert. Under pressure, and they got to him again. D'Angelo Malone, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Let's go.
Now Chubb running right, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick-6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with this team. Ed won't tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This is a half for not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Again, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent.
And this is caught inside the 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And this time he is in. Tony Pollard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Herbert now. He's got it to Williams.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing right, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
On 4th down, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And a powerful stiff arm that frees him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Huh?
Pollard Going to try the right side, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Here we go. Here we
So
go.
now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Set, ready.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Charger drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert sliding out of the pocket. And this is, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give here to Pollard. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. Let's go. Sharp.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here we go.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
52. Stick. Meza. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30. 10. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. 168 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. First down, and it's Pollard again. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Pollard again. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
On the set.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Ready.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And some room to work. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
Herbert. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Here's Chubb on the read option. And they'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Herbert throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Connected quickly with Goddard. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now Pollard. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offensive